I've written a book, a Python book. Let me explain. Since my book, Python for Einsteiger, which basically means Python for beginners, has become one of the most popular Python books here in Germany, the publisher and I decided to translate it for you so that you can read it too. After covering all the essential programming basics, you'll dive straight into implementing your own projects. We start with a little text adventure, a tic-tac-toe, a lottery number generator, and a downloader for YouTube thumbnails. After that, we will send emails via Python, program a clipboard hijacker, encrypt and decrypt files, generate passwords, and crack them afterwards. To get used to the brave new world of AI, we will use OpenAI's API to program our own AI chatbot. You will also write a program that is capable of protecting PDF files. To check the weather, you can either look outside the window or you use the weather app that we will program in Python, and if you wonder where the ISS currently is located, you can look it up with an own Python program. But that's not all. With over 100 practice exercises, you'll have the opportunity to continuously test your knowledge. For each exercise, I've created a dedicated solution video where I explain step by step how to solve the task. Numerous examples for each topic illustrate how to apply the different programming concepts. But why Python? Learning languages like Java or C++ can be daunting, as even simple outputs require many lines of code that might initially be hard to grasp. Each programming language requires a certain mindset which isn't always practical for everyday use. Python is some kind of exception here, offering a syntax, the way in which programming is written, that is straightforward and intuitive. Even experienced programmers frequently encounter syntax errors, necessitating time-consuming corrections without the right development environments. Python is different, very friendly to beginners with its simple syntax, devoid of semicolons and other complexities. The number of keywords is also modest when compared to other languages. With Python, you can implement larger projects after a short period of time. Many people want to see the fruits of their labor as quickly as possible. By using appropriate libraries, one can produce visible results without weeks of preliminary work. Have you ever heard of the Library of Alexandria? It was the most significant library of the ancient world, offering an immense treasure of knowledge. Python has a similar repository of knowledge, but unlike its Egyptian counterpart from the 3rd century BC, it still exists today. Python is alive and thriving. We are talking about thousands of lines of code available to every Python developer from the start. With just the standard library, many desires can be fulfilled. But that's not all. For instance, with OpenCV, you can perform a variety of image operations and easily create Photoshop-like image filters. NumPy and Pandas are often used in the data science field. With Pygame, you can program your own games without having to reinvent the wheel each time. Tkinter makes it relatively easy to implement the previously mentioned graphical user interfaces. Additionally, there are numerous frameworks for developing websites, including Flask and Django. The list could go on indefinitely. Python covers many different areas, whether it's game development, ethical hacking, or data science. The current hype topic of deep learning is also represented through the TensorFlow framework, motivating many to engage with Python. There are many other application areas where the programming language excels, but you will discover them just in time. With PyScript, another highlight was added in spring 2022, enabling the convenient use of Python in the browser. Python is backed by a huge international community interested in continuous development and optimization. If you have any questions, rest assured that you won't be left alone and that you can access a multitude of resources. They include StackOverflow.com, Reddit.com, and Python-forum.io. Most of the questions you have at the beginning of your programming journey have already been asked by many others, so you will find an answer for almost every Python problem. With other programming languages, like C, for example, one should already know the structure of memory, the stack, registers, pointers, etc., or at least be willing to engage with these topics. As you might guess, it's not the same with Python. You can simply write code into a text file, save it as a .py file, and the Python interpreter takes care of the rest for you. A standard computer under $300 is sufficient for Python development. If you can't or don't want to install the necessary tools directly on your computer, it's even possible to rely on web resources and develop exclusively online, even via your smartphone. I would be truly delighted if I could accompany you on your journey to becoming a Python pro with my book, Python for Beginners. Your support would mean a lot to me. If you have any further questions, feel free to post them in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.